We can't pick and choose our dreams, but we can make ourselves more conscious of them. Dreams are an open window into the unconscious and what's happening in there. Jung believed that dream interpretation was very important for healing psychological wounds and coming to a deeper understanding of yourself. Welcome back to our channel, where we share with you the wisdom of the great thinkers of the past so that you can apply it to your life today. Today we are looking at the ideas of Carl Jung on dreams and how they can be a bridge to the unconscious. Let's start with a quote from Jung himself. "The interpretation of dreams is like a descent into the underworld. You must first confront all the ugly things before you come to the treasure." That sounds pretty intense. Carl Jung, like Sigmund Freud before him, believed that dreams were the royal road to the unconscious, a direct route to those hidden parts of our psyche. But while Freud focused primarily on the sexual underpinnings of dreams, Jung took a much broader approach. In his view, dreams weren't just a reflection of our libido or sexual drives, but rather a manifestation of the deepest yearnings and longings of the soul. Jung believed that these yearnings often related to our sense of wholeness and our connection to something greater than ourselves. He believed that through dreams, the unconscious tries to bring these aspects of ourselves to our conscious awareness. Now, the problem is that the unconscious doesn't speak our language. It doesn't communicate in ways that we're comfortable with. And this is why Jung believed that dream interpretation could be a difficult process. As he said, to go a step further, we must not only learn to observe and understand the images of the unconscious, but we must also learn to feel their meaning. This means that interpreting our dreams isn't just about finding the hidden meaning of symbols. It's also about developing a deep emotional understanding of what these symbols represent to us personally. For example, let's say that you have a dream about flying. Now, according to Jungian psychology, the act of flying in a dream doesn't necessarily have a universal meaning. Rather, it's the personal meaning that you ascribe to flying that holds the key to understanding the dream. Perhaps flying represents a desire for freedom in your waking life, or maybe it symbolizes a longing to escape from your current circumstances. Maybe it's about rising above challenges you're facing, or perhaps it reflects a fear of losing control. The point is that the meaning of flying in a dream is subjective and depends entirely on the individual and their unique life circumstances. To truly interpret a dream according to Jung, we need to ask ourselves, how does this symbol make me feel? What does it remind me of from my life experiences? And what could it be trying to tell me about myself? This is where the process becomes intensely personal and deeply introspective. We're not just analyzing a dream, we're using it as a tool to explore our own psyche. Jung believed that the unconscious mind can be thought of as a kind of dialogue with our past selves. In dreams, our younger selves, which still reside within us, speak to us in the language of symbols. And if we listen carefully, we can gain valuable insights into our present circumstances and future possibilities. For Jung, dreams weren't just about the past, they were also about the future. He believed that our dreams could show us potential paths that we could take in life, offering glimpses of what might be possible if we followed certain desires or abandoned certain fears. Jung referred to this as the future, as something that's yet to come into being, but which already has a kind of pre-existence in the unconscious. By exploring our dreams, we can tap into this pre-existing future and gain a sense of direction for our lives. We can learn about the different possibilities that are open to us and the different choices that we could make. However, Jung also believed that in order to understand our dreams, we need to pay attention to the waking world as well. Our dreams don't exist in a vacuum. They're influenced by our daily experiences, our relationships, and our interactions with the world around us. This is why Jung emphasized the importance of keeping a dream journal. By recording our dreams and the circumstances surrounding them, we can begin to see patterns and connections that can lead to deeper insights. Here's another quote from Jung that captures this idea. "No tree can grow to heaven unless its roots reach down to hell." When it comes to dream interpretation, we can't shy away from the dark stuff. We need to confront the negative emotions and challenging experiences in our lives in order to fully understand their impact on our psyche. This is why Jung believed that the interpretation of dreams is like a descent into the underworld. We must first confront all the ugly things before we come to the treasure. But what exactly are we looking for in this treasure? What is the ultimate goal of dream interpretation? According to Jung, the goal of dream interpretation is to achieve what he called individuation. This is a process of becoming who you're meant to be, of realizing your fullest potential. It's a journey of self-discovery and growth that involves integrating all aspects of ourselves, including those that are often considered negative or undesirable. In Jungian psychology, there's a concept called the shadow. This refers to the darker aspects of our personality, those traits and behaviors that we reject or deny in ourselves. Jung believed that the shadow manifests itself in dreams, often in the form of negative or unpleasant characters. By confronting our shadow in dreams, we have the opportunity to integrate these rejected parts of ourselves and become more whole. Let's go back to that idea of dreams as a dialogue with our past selves. In this dialogue, our younger selves speak to us in the language of symbols. Well, our shadow, too, speaks to us in dreams, but in a different way. It speaks in the language of instinct and drives, often in ways that feel uncomfortable or even threatening. However, Jung believed that by confronting our shadow and integrating it into our personality, we can become more authentic and whole individuals. Another key aspect of Jungian dream interpretation is the idea of archetypes. These are universal patterns and motifs that appear in dreams across cultures and throughout history. Some common dream archetypes include the hero, the villain, the wise old man or woman, and the trickster. Jung believed that these archetypes represent universal human experiences and that they can provide us with insights into our own psyche. For example, if you frequently dream of being chased, this could be an archetype in your dreams telling you that you feel threatened or vulnerable in some aspect of your waking life. It could be a sign that you are running from something in your life that you are afraid of. Or if you often dream of being naked in public, this could reflect an archetype of shame or humiliation. It might mean that you feel exposed or judged in some situation in your waking life. By understanding the common dream archetypes and the meanings they hold, we can begin to unravel the deeper messages that our dreams are trying to convey. But it is important to remember that the meaning of an archetype can change depending on the individual and their personal circumstances. So while we can look to archetypes as a starting point for dream interpretation, we need to be careful not to apply them too rigidly. And finally, let's talk about the role of intuition in Jungian dream interpretation. For Jung, intuition was a key source of insight and understanding. He believed that we should trust our gut feelings and hunches when it comes to interpreting our dreams. Intuition allows us to connect with the deeper meaning of our dreams, without the need for rational analysis or intellectual understanding. When you're trying to interpret your dreams, take a moment to tune into your intuition. How do you feel about the dream? What is your gut telling you? Sometimes our intuition can guide us to the heart of a dream's meaning more quickly than our conscious minds can. In conclusion, Carl Jung's ideas about dreams and the unconscious offer a rich and complex framework for understanding our inner world. Remember, dreams are an open window into the unconscious and what's happening in there. To truly interpret our dreams, we need to develop a deep emotional understanding of the symbols that appear in them. We need to confront our shadow and the negative aspects of ourselves, and we need to pay attention to our intuition. By doing so, we can gain valuable insights into our past, present and future, and ultimately into the nature of our being. If you found this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos on dream interpretation and other topics in psychology. Thank you for watching, and until next time, may your dreams be filled with insight and wonder.